Let's see. Boom shakalaka, what's going on, everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and I am joined by the one and only Robert Crypto Beadles.
Dude, I love the energy, man. It's awesome, dude.
What
love seeing you, man.
I'm working my way to be a UFC announcer.
I love it, man. A little Michael, little Bruce Buffer. That'd be great. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. What is going on, man? Today we are talking about Monarch Token. Insane, incredible project. But how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Staying very, very busy. You know, we got got the Splash Factory, got a software company. So we're building all kinds of stuff. And then of course we got Monarch. So we've been building the platform there and giving it, just giving it, for free to the public, man. So they can go download it and try and use it, break it and all that kind of cool stuff. So I've been doing that. And then, of course, got the family thing and the friends and all that kind of stuff. So trying to do that work-life balance, but it seems like it's all work right now. So, but it's a lot of fun, man. And when you love what you do, I guess you really never work a day in your life, right? So
yeah, exactly.
What about you? You're all settled in. You got the new pad. You got the dog. You got the brother. You got the beach behind you, and you got the thunder in the background, man. So
I know. Yeah, dude. I just set up the whole ambiance. I put some relaxing thunderstorms on so we can all just. No, just kidding. But yeah, moved in. Just this is actually my closet for everybody who doesn't know. This is a closet.
Are you gonna come out of it today on the show?
Never.
Surprise.
Yeah, but this is a walk-in closet at the place where I live. They have this giant walk-in closet. I have like 3 clothes that actually get hung up, and so yeah, it's pretty nice.
Where are they? We want to see the clothes now. Now that you're in a closet, man.
It's on the other side. Yeah, but yeah, everything's going well. I'm excited to talk about this because, I've known about this one for a little bit. And it's pretty crazy because it's like actually bringing a product to market, a free product for everyone to use. That's pretty damn legit. That could make it easy for a lot of people to get into crypto.
Well, first of all, big thank you to you, man, because you've been kind of helping out with some of the messaging, some of the crafting, and looking through some of the the white papers and the website and all your feedback, man. It's been awesome. So big thanks, love you, man. That's really, really cool. And me, I love to give away free stuff. Like even on my YouTube channel, I give away $100 every single video, right? Just so people can, invest on my dime. And here's no different. We built Monarch. And so for people that don't know what Monarch is, it's a universal cryptocurrency wallet that allows you to, send, receive, store all your Ethereum, ERC20s, your Bitcoin. It allows for recurring payment transactions. The tokens are backed by silver on its own blockchain. And the coolest part is we built a big chunk of it. And so you guys can actually go right now on the Apple Store and download it. So it's on the Apple Store. It's for Macintosh on the Apple Store for the Macintosh. On our website, you can get it for your PC, and we'll have it for Android in like a month. So we're really excited about it. All the cool things that it's going to do. I mean, when you look at it, it's like, okay, so first of all, you can put your Bitcoin on it, you can put your Ethereum, all your ERC20s, but here real quick, you're going to be able to do recurring payment transactions. So stuff like your rent, things like your mortgage, your car payment, your Netflix, your Hulu, all that stuff, man, you're going to be able to pay right from your phone, right from the Monarch app. So we're really excited about that. And then it's also got a password vault. So, we have all these different like all these different services that, we belong to, right? So we got Netflix and you got your bank and you got, all these different things that we belong to, but how do you keep all the passwords, safe? How do you remember them all? So we'll have a password vault that, allows them to keep all their passwords safe right in one spot. It'll take care of, logging in, logging out for them. If they don't want to belong to a subscription or a service anymore, they just slide the button over. It kills the subscription. And then there's so many products and projects nowadays where they're like the token, it can go down to 0. If the team leaves, if the product or the service sucks, the token can crash. So our security tokens are actually physically backed by silver. So my good buddy Josh Fair, he owns Scottsdale Mint. They create the silver bars and the gold bars for a lot of these different countries, like in the, what do you call those things, like the central banks? So the central banks actually,
I think they're a thing of the past.
Yeah, I don't know, but the central banks actually get their gold and silver from Josh. So our security tokens, 10% of the money that we're going to be raising is actually going to physical silver. So that way people, they know that the token's actually backed by something. And it's not like Tether where we're saying, oh yeah, hey guys, it's really backed by something. No, you can actually go to our website, look at the audit report, and make sure that, hey, yeah, look, they have all this silver in these vaults all the way around the world. And then our blockchain, I came up with this unique way to do it because, I mean, let's face it, the blockchains that are out there right now, aside from Bitcoin, really don't work, right? So it's really tough to scale things, and to have an exchange like this to where you're able to actually get all the transactions to go through. So we came up with a really unique solution for that other people can build off of as well. So I'm really excited about the project, you know, and the thing is people can go out and download it right now. So it's not like I'm saying, hey guys, we need a bunch of money to come up with this wallet, right? It's like, no, hey guys, go download it. Let me know what you guys think. Go try to break it. And by the way, we're coming out with all this other cool stuff too. So Monarch in a nutshell, man. Oh, and it's an exchange. So you can be able to, we're going to belong to all these different exchanges out there. So if you want to buy and sell cryptos, you can do it right from Monarch at the best prices. So now you don't have to belong to, you know, 600 different exchanges. We're actually building into the back door of all these different exchanges that we have partnerships with. So we'll be able to get their prices on our platform so you can just buy it from Monarch. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop so grandma can get into crypto, man, and do it all right from Monarch.
Dude, and it definitely sounds like a one-stop shop. And the craziest thing about it, the thing that's totally not like most ICOs, is it's not just vaporware. Like, you already have, I've already downloaded it to my phone. I've already tested it out. I've already sent Ethereum there, and like looked at the portfolio options and everything you have there. So like,
wait till next week. It's gonna get a whole lot sexier.
Ooh, awesome! Pictures of pretty hot girls.
Go crypto love on it.
Yeah, right on.
I miss the women, man. Where did all the women go from your thumbnails, man?
Oh, I figured that like my beard is sexier than all those ladies.
That is a pretty sexy beard, man. Maybe
dude, you know, I know we got like matching beards. It's crazy. But you know what's the funniest thing is I would get so much flack from dudes being like, "Why are you putting scantily clad girls on your pictures?" I was like, "Do you want like scantily clad dudes on there? What's the big deal?" Like,
well, you are in the closet.
Yeah. I know, right? Crazy. So, yeah, there's like, you guys are pretty much offering everything all in one wallet. So basically, people could just use Monarch Wallet, and they could buy their cryptos with fiat. They can exchange them. Whoa, what did I do there?
Oh,
yeah. Hang on. I did something with the screen. Oh, you're screen sharing it. That's what's going on.
You're like, what happened? I just did a little screen share, man. I saw this little gadget down there, so I figured I'd help you out so that way you guys could actually look at, you know, some of the stuff that we offer, right?
Yeah.
Mobile app, the desktop, the cold and hot wallet, the merchant plugins. So that way, you know, all these different merchants out there, they can start accepting crypto too. So that's another really cool thing we got coming. You know, the exchange, the password vault, you know, the portfolio tracker, all that kind of stuff. So
nice.
Have you seen this website, you know, lately?
Yeah, I was just on it today. Nice. I was prepping. They say failing to prepare is preparing to fail, so I prepared to succeed, my man.
Love it.
Yep.
Yeah. So absolutely. Here we kind of walk them through all the stuff. And the people behind it. Look, there I am, right there. There's awesome. Snake from CryptoSomniac, a co-founder.
Yep. Look at that. Yeah, man, it's an awesome looking website, monarchtoken.io.
Boom, here's some of the team for people that want to check it out. And then some of our advisors, man, and these are going to grow. Man, and we've got some great news, man, some huge news coming. So I'm looking forward to telling you about it. I can't today. But look at this. I mean, you got Damon Nam, you know, the CEO of Coinvest. You got G with Listia and eProtocol. You got David Zembeck, the original smart contract creator, you know, for BitHalo and BitBay, Nimrod May with Serum Labs and Disney. Of course, Dimitri, man, with Genesis Vision.
Wow.
So just the beginning, man, just the beginning.
Yeah. And partner with Bancor, Scottsdale Mint, Genesis Vision, all that stuff.
You know, I'm so stoked. I'm so excited because, you know, I'm like happy about it because it's actually something people can go out and use right now. You know, I cover so many projects, and I've interviewed hundreds of people, man. And if you go to my channel, they'll see all the different people I've interviewed. And, you know, it's really tough, man, when people are out trying to raise money and it's just an idea. You know, instantly you start thinking scam, you start thinking, you know, that it's just a cash grab. So, like, it was so important, you know, for me to, like, build it first, you know, and then just give it to people to play with and try and break. And then all the cool stuff that comes later, man. So, I'm really excited about it, man. I hope people go there and download it and try it out and check out the white paper and
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. So how do we go back to the other screen view?
Oh, just like this.
Boom. There it is. All right. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Yeah. Dude, everything looks good. So I like going through some stuff. I have some questions, just that things that occurred to me that I want to know the answers to.
Sweet. Fire away.
So, first thing is like security. Because we've had all these issues with like exchanges recently being hacked, and with your wallet, with your service, you are kind of holding the private keys for people, or no?
Nope. You
Okay.
guys hold your own private keys. It's decentralized, baby. We're just a window into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you're actually holding your own private seed. We don't. You
Okay.
got your private key, you got your seed, for the app, all that stuff. It's 100% on you. We don't keep any of that.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, also, what were the other things? Okay, so with this is definitely has like a utility token and a security token, right?
Yes, sir.
So how does it? I mean, how does that work in the beginning with non-accredited investors in the U.S.? Because like, suppose when it goes to exchange, people in the U.S. might want to purchase it.
It's like you're just setting these things up, and I'm just, yeah.
Well, good, good.
That's one of the beauties, man, of when you interview hundreds of different people, the CEOs and founders, you kind of see the problems, right? When you talk to the audience, you hear from them firsthand. They're like, you know what, Beadles, I don't like this project because only accredited investors can partake in it, and that's not cool. I'm in the US, I want to be able to invest, or maybe they're in Canada or somewhere else and they want to invest and they can't. So this is a two token model, so it's open to everybody. And when I say open to everybody, a different token, right? So you get a security token, which is open to the accredited investors, right? So that meets all the SEC guidelines. We've got our legal partners that have been working with the SEC to make sure that we're compliant, people don't go to jail, and everything's legit, right? So the security side of things is for the accredited investors. The private sale is live now for that. Then you've got the utility side of things, which is open to the entire world where it's legal, right? So people in the US, if they want to buy the utility tokens and they want to be part of this, they can. So that way it's open to both people. So people in the US that are tired of not being able to, I guess, participate in, like a TGE, something like this, now they're able to. So we're making sure that we play by the SEC's rules. We have a genuine 100%, utility token, and then we have a genuine security token. So we're not trying to, play the game. We're like, hey, well, we have our offshore company over here, and it's only open to, these countries. Sorry, US. Sorry, China. Sorry, Korea. You guys can't come in. Sorry, Singapore. No, we just set it up right. So we're based in the US. We have our Nevada location, and then we have our Bahamian location. So through the Bahamas, we're able to do the utility side of things. Through the Nevada, we're able to do the security side of things. So that way everybody can participate.
Nice. And are the tokens exchangeable between the two?
So the security token is just that. It's asset backed. So it's held by, there's actual silver. 10% of all the money that we raise actually goes into silver. And then the actual transaction fees that we charge the merchants. So say, for instance, we're plugged into Amazon, right? We would charge Amazon, say 2%, 4%, or whatever. 10% of that is going to go to physical silver as well. All right. So the security token, one day with proper usage, could be 100% backed by silver. So you would actually have a token that is actually backed by silver if people use this, this platform. The utility token just works within the own ecosystem. It's actually used, to pay the bills and things like that. It's used as the dividend mechanism for the actual security token. So every week, people that hold the security tokens are paid a dividend every single week using utility tokens. So you got that, and then we're going to do everything we can to get that listed on as many exchanges as possible. So it's two tokens. That way you've got accredited covered, and you got the rest of the world covered wherever they can legally participate.
Got it. Let's see. There was something that popped up while you were talking about those, but it slipped away. So we'll go. Oh, okay. So the next thing that I was curious about. So in terms of being able to use the wallet for recurring payments, when is that planned to like be able to be used?
So we're actually patent pending on that guy because it's something that's really unique and really cool. So we're building that out. I think it's in the roadmap, I think, towards the end of the year, but we're going to do everything that we can. Like this roadmap is, like it's what we think we can do, reasonably, right? It's not one of those things, well, let's just throw some stuff out there, get people excited, and maybe we'll hit it. These are like legitimate goals that we really feel that we can hit. But I'm doing everything that I can, to actually hit them sooner. So there's a good chance that we're going to have that feature this year.
Cool.
We're almost in July, so there's a really good chance that we'll have that this year.
Yeah, I want to do that because, like, I read the book by what's it called, The Internet of Money by Andreas Antonopoulos, and he's been living off of Bitcoin for like 5 or 6 years, maybe even more.
Yeah, the community actually funded him because he didn't have any money. You know what I mean? He's just brings so much experience and wealth and knowledge to the community. People actually, funded him. Him personally. So that is really cool.
Yeah,
And I love what he said too about if you want to make $1 million in cryptocurrency, start off with 2. You know what I mean? In this market, right? So,
dude, yeah, it's a bloodbath today.
But it's brutal, man.
Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah. So actually, good question. So a lot of people in the chat are saying stuff about the current bloodbath and like, how can you have another ICO in this bloodbath? So
yeah, TG. Well, first of all, this actually brings value to the community, right? So when you look at a lot of these projects out there, you said it best. It's freaking vaporware. It's not something you can touch. It's not something you can feel. It offers no real world value. There's so many fake products out there and fake projects. This is one that you can go download right now and start using. You don't have to participate in anything. You don't have to buy a single token. And again, this is all for informational, purposes. Nothing here is financial advice. So I'm not a financial accountant, a CPA, any of that kind of stuff. I'm just an investor and a business builder. I also own a software company. And obviously, I know a little bit about crypto, right? So this year, nobody has to buy anything. Just go download the app. Just start using it. Just try and break it. It's free. So you can get it for your computer. You can get it for your smartphone, and you'll have it for your Android in like a month. But again, me as an investor, when I look at this market, if you have people that are constantly looking at it every single day, they're terrified. They're like, oh man, the market's in the tank. It's crap. How can anybody possibly buy any cryptos right now? Well, if you're buying crappy projects, you're probably one day, if not now, later, going to lose your money anyways. If you're buying into projects that are solid, that have a great team, a great idea, solid foundation, a real working product with real world use cases, dude, this is like the beginning of like the internet. Those companies, I feel personally, when I invest, are going to be great. I've invested in a lot of companies. I've only lost money on 2. So, and those are the 2 that I didn't do my due diligence on. All right. So, I'm just telling you, that's hard to do in this market. But if you look at projects, man, that have real world use cases, that have solid teams, solid ideas, and can execute, maybe it's crap today, but you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. Right. So if it's crappy today, these are the days where I'm looking for the solid projects that I personally would invest in. Not when the market's, at all-time highs that I'm buying at the top.
Dude, that's the crazy thing, is that now when the prices are the absolute best they could ever be, everybody's losing their mind, and they're like, oh my God, I've got to sell now. And it's like, why? This is the time to buy. Yeah, it's like buying Bitcoin when it was $1,000 in the beginning of 2017. Before it ran, no one knew it was going to run up to $20,000, but it was at $1,000, and this was after, price drop for a while and everything. And yeah, it's crazy.
No, you're right. You have to look long term, and that's the way I always invest, me personally. So I never do the swing trade stuff. I never do the day trade stuff. There's people that are really good at it, like yourself, and that's not what I'm good at. What I do is I build businesses, and so I look at projects, I look at teams, and I figure out, how to make them better or how to build a business. And that's what I've done. I've been very, very successful at it. With crypto, I do the same thing. I look at projects that I think are going to offer real world value and are going to be successful in the long term. And then I invest in those. And so for people that, are worried about, their current wallets, their situations, where their money's at right now. Yeah, it sucks. It is really crappy out there right now. But when you have like conservative, consultants like Deloitte is saying things like, the 10% of the entire GDP of the world will be on the blockchain in 2025, right? So that's $8 trillion on the market, on the market cap, $8 trillion. So that's like 25x where we're at right now, 30x
Dude,
where we're at right now.
and that's actual like GDP dollars as opposed to like cryptocurrency market cap dollars where it's like 10 or
Yeah,
$100 to every real dollar.
exactly. And I'm not trying to go that route, but if you go that route, it's like, I don't even know how many, it'd be like
A
250.
gazillion dollar market cap.
Yeah, who's pumping now, baby?
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, I mean, we got Deloitte saying that 10% of the GDP is going to be on the blockchain. Stuff like that gets me excited. You got
Mhm.
Novogratz that comes out and says $20 trillion market cap. I'm like, wow, you got people like Tim Draper saying $225,000 Bitcoin. You got guys saying McAfee, it's going to be $1 million or he'll eat his own hot dog, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
right?
dude, stuff like that, when you have people in those sectors in that industry and they're all saying the same thing, and you see all these huge power and patent plays, by Walmarts and the different government agencies and like USPS and UPS and all these people all going after blockchain patents. And people like who was it today? I just saw, man, it was Xbox, man. Xbox just put their membership and all their rewards for gamers on the blockchain, dude,
No
through
way.
Quora. So yeah. So like you can see, like if you just look beyond, the bloodbath we're in right now and you look towards the future,
Hmm.
I feel the future is very bright for crypto. And it's the people that have the killer, awesome projects now that I think are going to be the next Amazons. You know what I mean? And that's how I invest personally. So when people ask, how do you, put out a TGE in a market like this, it's like, I don't care if it's all green, all red. I'm putting out something that I feel personally offers a lot of value to the community. And
Hmm.
if it does, people, will support it. If it doesn't, people won't.
Yeah.
But long term, I feel the future is bright for crypto.
Oh, totally. I look learn long term too. Let's take some questions from some viewers.
All
But
right.
first, just explain the difference between TGE and ICO for me and for everyone else.
So TG is called a token generation event. And so
Hmm.
you have an ICO, which stands for initial coin offering. So it's jargon and technical, talk that the SEC and other people are expecting people to use.
Hmm. Okay,
But
gotcha.
they're, yeah.
So Crypto Gladiator asks, can we get airdrop by downloading the app? Because not sure about ICO or TGE with two tokens.
Can we get an airdrop? So like a
Are
bounty?
are there
Like,
going to be airdrops? Is there any talk about airdrops? Thought about airdrops? Things like that.
so we currently have a bounty going on right now, right? So we launched a bounty just a little while ago. And so on October, well, right now they would be, I guess, depending on them and what they do, they would be airdropped currently a promo token. So it's called an MTP, Monarch promo token. Sorry, tongue tied.
Hmm.
And then on October 31st, they'll be airdropped a utility token. So we have that bounty going live now. So for people that just want to, be a part of the system, they want to, I don't know, just be a part of it in any shape. They can actually join the bounty and get tokens just for interacting with us and things like that. And but as far as downloading the app and a bounty, I think we're in the process of doing something like that. Maybe if it's allowed. So I gotta check.
All right, awesome. Just for someone for our Kucha, I do have triple XL shirts. I made everything up to 5XL on the store, so you can just head over to the store, pick them
I
up.
wore mine. I wore mine yesterday, man. It was a little stinky, so I went running in it. So
Okay. Here's a really good question. How do I get a smooth, sexy voice like Beadles?
oh man, I love you. Look at that. Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So who's I can't see. I've got
Oh
the
yeah, that
Zoom
was
up
Snake.
here, so. Oh, you said it? Yeah.
No, that was Snake.
Oh, it's Snake.
Yeah.
What is up, baby? So Snake, like I said, is our co-founder with Crypto Somniac.
Hmm.
So he's actually helped like 60 or 70 different ICOs. So it's cool to have him as our co-founder. He brings a ton of value to the to the business, man. So we're excited.
Hmm.
He is awesome.
Okay, so another question from Ryan says, being that one of your advisors is Dimitri from Genesis Vision, is there any sort of partnership coming up between the two of you?
So that is something that they're going to have to wait and see. So
Hmm.
it's not something, in this interview here, it's just kind of like, hey guys, here we are. There's a ton of stuff coming out. And so really soon we're going to be dropping a lot of information bombs on you guys. And so you guys, I think, have a lot to look forward to.
Sweet. Dropping the knowledge bombs coming up. I had a question, actually, while I look for another one.
Yeah.
So you already have a working product, right? Correct? Yeah, you already have, I mean, yeah, you already, you already have a working product. So why, so...
Yep.
Yeah, I know, it's beautiful. I've used it. A lot of ICOs or TGs have that to help them develop the product. Why are you guys having a TGE if you already have a product?
So we have I call it like phase one, right? Mm-hmm. So we offer something that, imagine you're super poor, you live in a third world country. A lot of my audience, they're not rich. I've got like 70% of my audience comes from like poor countries. So this is something they could use right now. So it sucks I don't have the Android yet. I had to do Apple first just to make sure we'd get through the stores. But we'll have Android for them really soon too. But I wanted to make sure that they had something that if they need to pay for goods and services, say there's someplace, some third world country, it's really poor and they don't have, a bank, they don't have access to funds, but they've got some of these crappy ERC20 tokens, right? They've got some of these, whatever they are, something random. They could actually trade those back and forth between somebody else with a Monarch wallet and actually be able to buy goods and services using our app. Day one, they would have a bank in the palm of their hand. So if that's all we ever did, dude, I'm happy. If that's all the success we ever have is being able to help people in third world countries be able to, buy, and, sell, receive, goods and services, using our app, dude, I'm glad. But if we want to do all the other cool stuff too, and that's something that really gets me excited is like bring the world into crypto. Like that's why we have the TG, right? Because, I spent a ton of money, dude, building all this stuff out. But for it to like really go mainstream and to have grandma use it, it needs to plug into their bank, right? So it needs to plug into their bank. We need to have the reoccurring payment transactions so people can pay their rent, car payment, all that kind of cool stuff. You need to make sure that you keep their passwords safe. You need to make sure you got a blockchain that it can actually run on. You need to make sure the tokens are backed by something of actual value. So for me, those are like all the like cool things that, Sneh and I had come up with. It's like, what would make this awesome that people would use? Like, let's do that. And if the TGE, goes well, we'll be able to do all that. And if not, well, you know what? At least this was, free for the world to use, and they either use it or they didn't, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Let's see. What other questions do you guys have? Yeah, everybody's just losing their mind over the market right now. It's so funny.
It sucks, man. It's a bloodbath out there. But for me, that's the time where, I'm actually buying stuff right now. So the projects that I believe in, obviously Monarch, I'm investing my own money in that, number one. But all these other projects that, there's a few handfuls of them that I think are really, really solid. That's what I've been buying today. So I've been busy.
Yeah.
But man, I'm going to miss you at NAC3 tomorrow, man. I can't believe they're actually going to put me up there on the stage and have me talking to people. So Dave might have messed up on that one.
That's awesome. Well, you know what it is? He asked me and I was just returning. He asked me and I was just returning from my like month and a half long travel around the world, and I said, ask me in a week, and we just never got around to that. That's basically what happened.
He's like, we'll just take Beadles instead. So.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, you can do it. You get to talk. Say hello to Crypto Lark for me. Tell him we should all live stream together.
That's awesome. He's coming all the way from New Zealand, man.
I know. Bring him a kiwi. and say, bring him a kiwi. Say this is from Crypto Love. Let's live stream together. But yeah, so someone said I can use it for reoccurring purchases of beard oil. I actually re-oiled my beard just before this live stream just so it would look extra shiny and smooth for you guys.
I wonder why. It looks so full and fluffy, Yeah. Mine's all scruffy. And
dude, this is like matted down with beard oil, because if I don't do this, it's like yeah. But another cool thing that I read about in the white paper is like, so like, I always talk with people about now's the time when you can make money in cryptocurrencies, because you can do things and get rewarded in cryptocurrencies. You can get airdrops. You can do whatever. And so like with the recurring payments or whatever, or using your app for payments, because you have the exchange on there, people can use whatever tokens they may have and exchange them on there. And then if the vendor only accepts Bitcoin or only accepts Ethereum or only accepts whatever, it doesn't matter because you can exchange them on there using that.
You read the white paper.
Dude, I know. Not just another pretty face. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Another really cool thing too, man, is not only just with the reoccurring payments, but with the actual merchant plugin, they're actually able to now take Bitcoin and Ethereum and Monarch and everything else, not because they're accepting crypto, but because using our broker dealer license, we're going to actually be able to make the conversion for them from crypto to fiat and send it right back to them. So that way people, they don't have to deal with cash if they don't want to. They can deal just in Monarch or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, other tokens they got or coins. And so they can just switch to cash and pay their bills.
Very cool. So what's your plan on getting out to the different merchants to getting them to use the app?
So there's really no solid solutions out there. So it's like, I've got, a lot of, I guess, friends in the community, and I've got a pretty big network. So I know a lot of different people. So I'll be able to grab, quite a few really, really notable big, merchants and stuff like that. I feel anyways, right? I can't announce anything yet, but I feel that stuff's coming. And so, being able to get some adoption there, you pick up 1 million users here, 5 million users there, 10 million users there, it starts adding up, right? So we start getting some traction like that, this could be big. And then the other merchants are like, hey, wait a minute, they're taking crypto, why can't we take crypto? And we're like, guys, you can. We got a solution for you too. Just plug this in, and off you go. So I think it's going to end up taking off right now with, the market, and the blood, and just the Red Sea, it scares people, and it should. But I feel it's going to come back. And I think everybody agrees the cryptocurrency is the future. Nice. So it's the people that build it now. It's people that build and set things up now, get the infrastructure in place that offer real value and real projects. Those are the ones that I feel are going to be really successful, a couple of years from now when it's really mainstream. So that's what I think.
Okay, so I like that. Here's a question I'm sure some people are thinking about. They may not have asked it yet. So right now everybody's hyping Pundi X because they've had like some.
You're not going to like me. Do you guys like Pundi X? You want my real honest
opinion? No, I want your honest opinion because I want to know like why Monarch as opposed to Pundi X, because everybody's just hyping the shit out of Pundi X right now. So why should someone go with Monarch instead?
Okay, so Pundi X is kind of, and this is just my opinion, people. All right, so I looked it over. I'm just not that sold on it. Anytime you have to buy a device that's going to cost $300 to $500, and you're going to have to put it as an interface in a store, that is really hard to do. Okay, I've created a lot of products. I have a lot of I have products in stores on shelves across the country, right? Stuff that I've actually thought up and made, and and they're like on shelves.
Shake weight?
I didn't. Not the shake weight. But I understand the difficulties there are when you try to create hardware and then get merchant adoption. That means that they have to get rid of their current, processing methods, right? Or you have to get new merchants that have no interface whatsoever and get them to use that. If they had something else where it wasn't a hardware play, I would be a little bit more, like, oh, that's not so bad. But with ours, dude, it's straight software. Everybody has a phone. So if you want to pay a merchant, you just use it like a credit card. If you want to, pay your buddy, just use it like just scan it.
So the merchant would just have a phone that they use to accept payments?
Yeah, totally. And then, in the future, it's going to be kind of like a bump credit card type thing. So you'll be able to do that as well.
Nice.
So you don't need the merchant's not going to have to change their infrastructure so you can pay your bill. With Pundi X, you're basically going to every single store and saying, hey, Mr. Merchant, I need you to get rid of all the stuff that you use and use my new plugin. It's not software that's going to hook up to your system. It's a piece of hardware you got to buy. It's like $300 to $500. Cool, right? It's like, who's going to do that?
Right? Yeah.
Maybe something, but that's one of the problems I see with it. I'll just leave it at that.
Cool. I like that. So, question from Slayer fan. I
love Slayer fan, dude. That dude's awesome.
Does the wallet have an ongoing tax calculator in it for crypto purchases?
Love it. You better know it. So that's coming too. So that's, I believe, in next year. So we're basically going to be able to have reports generated for them. So they'll be able to, because that's one of the problems of the crypto, man. It's terrifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're out there and you're buying and you're selling and you're like, oh crap, how much do I owe the tax man? Because I know he's going to want his piece.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something we're integrating into this as well. So that'll be available next year, where they're actually able to track all their spending habits, what they owe money on for taxes and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it'll at least give them the forms that they need to be able to give to their accountant, so their accountant can tell them how much money they owe in taxes, things like that.
Awesome. Crypto Josh asks, why do you back tokens with silver and not gold?
Because silver's the people's money, baby. Gold is for the elite, man. Silver's always been the people's money, man. So when you go back in the oldest times in history, you know, the little shillings and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, not my crypto shillings, right? But we're talking about like actual silver nuggets, man. Silver's always been the people's money. And besides, you know, you can actually, with proper adoption, each token will be, you know, 1 ounce of silver. So that's pretty damn cool. But if you had to, you know, try and put an ounce of gold, that's like, that's a lot of money, man. That's like what, $1,200-$1,300, you know, per ounce. Mm-hmm. So the chance of a token being that, you know, that pricely or ever getting to that weight of gold would be pretty difficult. So silver's the people's money, baby.
Awesome. I think I also once heard that silver was a better investment than gold, but I don't know because I've never done anything with precious metals.
So not investing advice here by any means whatsoever, but I love precious metals, you know, because it's actual true wealth, I feel, comes from the ground, right? So, you know, whether it's real estate, whether it's, you know, corn, whether it's, you know, gold, silver, true wealth comes from the ground. And so with silver, it's, you know, if you look throughout history, there's always been, you know, somewhere between a 15 to 35x difference, you know, between gold and silver. And right now it's far greater than that. So there's a huge discrepancy between silver and gold. And a lot of people say it's due to manipulation and things like that. I don't know. But silver should be, according to people like Max Kaiser and stuff like that, like $500 an ounce. So.
Wow. Let's see. What? Okay, so you mentioned that the app is going to integrate with multiple different exchanges. Ryan asks, what incentive do the exchanges have to allow the app to arbitrage trade?
Sure. Think about it. If you're an exchange, all you care about is the volume, right? So if we have a bunch of users, they don't have to KYC them, they don't have to AML them, they don't have to do any of that stuff, and we're buying on their behalf, they're still getting the same amount of money, but only dealing with one person instead of a million people, right? So I'm trying to create something that is very user-friendly. So you don't need to belong to 600 different exchanges, you belong to one. We'll belong to all those other ones and pay on everybody's behalf. So we'll do them in big bulk purchases, things like that.
Oh, cool. One question that I thought of when you were talking about that is a liquidity pool.
Yes,
and then
that's why the large token raise. So that's because you need a liquidity pool to cover people's trades. See, so say for instance, you want to go and you want to buy Bitcoin, right? Well, if we're going to buy it from another exchange, I have to get the Bitcoin from you, put it in our wallet, then go to the exchange and buy it. By that time, the price has gone up or down or something like that. Or, you know, if you have to go to that exchange, it may take you 2 weeks to get, you know, the proper paperwork filled out and then accept you, right? So with us, we actually cover your trades. So if you're like, buy right now at Bitcoin, we could buy on, you know, our partnered exchanges, buy at whatever price it is, and it's already locked in. Then when we take control of the Bitcoin, we then take the money from your wallet, reimburse us, give you the Bitcoin. So it's, you know, it's pretty seamless. So that way we don't have to take the money from you first. So that's why you have to have a liquidity pool to cover your trades.
Nice. How do the dividends work?
So the dividends, the way that works is for people that hold the security tokens. The transaction fees and things like that that are going to be charged to the merchants. So 50% of the transaction fees are paid in dividends weekly to the security token holders. So if we collect $2 in, you know, merchant fees, $1 of those merchant fees goes right to the security token holders paid in utility tokens. So what I wanted to make sure we had here was, when Sneh and I put this together, we want to make sure that people have not only just an incentive to holding the token, but they have like a paycheck every week, right? So if this thing takes off, they're going to be getting paid every single week the more successful Monarch gets, because the security, all the exchanges, you know, all these merchant plugins, the stuff that we're charging the transaction fees, half of that's going to go right to them. So every week they're going to be getting paid in utility tokens. So wanted to make sure that people had a real reason to, to hold these tokens, to believe in the project, and also, to make some money, right? So that's for the security side of things.
Pretty rad. And you got a private sale going on now?
Yeah, so we just started the private sale, and it's been going pretty freaking awesome. So the private sale's been awesome. So we have our pre-sale for the utility on July 15th, and then we have the main sale for the utility on August 15th. So, and then we airdrop all the tokens to everybody on October 31st.
Oh, Halloween!
Love it.
Nice. Let's see. Also, you mentioned ID management in your white paper, like working with different ID solutions out there.
Yeah. So when you're trying to set up, this is one of those things that's in the future where we're looking at, if people want to buy a car, they want to buy a house, they need to maybe interact with a bank or something like that. There might be a need for them to verify their identity, right? So maybe they can do that on Monarch. And by partnering with people like, like maybe eProtocol or Bloom or people like that, they'll be able to do that right on Monarch, and we'll be able to transmit their credentials to those merchants or whatever, so that way they don't have to. So that way Monarch actually is their one-stop shop. It's their financial kingdom in the palm of their hand, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain in the ass, man, when you're trying to fill out all these KYCs and AMLs to all these different things. It'd be really cool, man, if you can just do it from one place and it safely and securely, stores that stuff on the blockchain, and you're able to transmit it when you need to places. I see some real value there. So that's why we're picking our partners, very carefully.
Cool. And who did you get to do the voiceover for that storybook video?
Oh, stop it, you weird man. Yeah.
Oh no, I had a serious question too that I was gonna follow that up with, but yeah. Let's see. Cool.
Awesome. So you have any other projects or anything you guys are looking at, you guys are excited about other than Monarch? What else is that?
Oh yeah, okay, so
what's going on?
People want to talk about other stuff. People want to talk about the market crash. I'm not scared at all for the market crash. I mean, it's bound to happen, but who cares? I mean, a lot of people care. I don't care, but a lot of people care.
Yeah, a lot of people that, hopefully they're not using money that they need to invest in crypto, right? If they're people, if you guys are using your mortgage payment or your rent or your food or stuff to keep the power on to invest in crypto, stop that shit. Don't do that no more. This is like, you invest in crypto with money that, it's like investing, right? It's your surplus. It's not something that you need to live on. Because you can lose everything. If you go back to my very first video, I always tell people, never invest a single penny in crypto you are not, willing to lose, because this is too volatile. I think long term, this is going to be amazing. But if you're picking crap projects, I don't think it's ever going to end well. I mean, people that day trade and stuff like that might be able to win a little here and there, but long term, you're holding that bag of nothing. It ends up being nothing. So,
yeah.
But so what caused it? Market manipulation, baby. There's a ton of market manipulation going on right now. So, and I'm not exactly sure when it's going to stop, because the market cap is so small. Like, I can take, a few $1 million, pump it into a coin, it'll shoot up, everybody will look at it, they'll all jump on board, I can sell it, and then it'll crash to nothing. If I can do that, that tells you how safe this market cap is right now, right? So until we start having some real big money come into the space and the market cap starts getting up higher and higher, dude, we're going to have this market manipulation problem. Or, even with the SEC coming in, even with them coming in and saying they're going to stop the pump and dumps, they're going to stop, the market manipulators, dude, that only works in the US. This crypto market is worldwide. You got people all over the world, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day doing this stuff. So this is market manipulation. So that's why you got to make sure that you pick the right projects, man.
Yeah, and also, I mean, right now is the time when I feel that a lot of the wealthiest individuals are getting in, because they're just buying at OTC over the counter, and they're not having, so they could buy, $100 million of Bitcoin, and that'll do nothing to the price of Bitcoin, because they're buying it over the counter. They just do these giant deals because they're not going to pay a premium for it. They're not buying it at $20,000. They're buying it at bare bones prices.
Yeah. I mean, at all these different conventions and things that I've been going to, I've been meeting a lot of these OTC traders, and a lot of people don't really understand what that means. But just kind of simplified for people here. Like if you were to try and buy, $1 million or $100 million worth of Bitcoin from say Binance or something like that, the price is just going to rise like crazy. It's going to go up through the roof, right? It's going to, you'll have your pump, right? So people need to understand that with OTC, it's not part of an exchange. It's over the counter. So it's like me going to you saying, hey, Randall, I'm going to sell you $100 million in Bitcoin at $6,200 a coin. And then you're like, okay. And then you send me $100 million on Skype or something like that, off the radar, so it doesn't manipulate the price. So
I only do cash transactions, though. Can't go through Skype. We'll have to meet up somewhere.
All right. Craigslist, I'll see you at Starbucks.
Right?
People don't realize that OTC doesn't raise or lower the market cap unless people know about it.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, Crypto Galaxy says not many will buy at 7,000 or 10,000, but a hell of a lot will buy at 25,000. Just wait.
He's so right.
Yep.
He's so right. People wait until it's it's totally at its peak. It's like, I've got to get in. They're running up the hill, right? And then,
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
But who knows? 25,000 might actually be a good deal. I mean, don't get me wrong. Right now, obviously, there's a horrible deal. But when you're looking long term, when you got people like Draper saying 225K a coin, when you got people like McAfee saying $1 million a coin, 25K, maybe not won't be a bad deal in the future.
But what other thing could you actually put money into that you would get returns like that? Nothing. So,
I love real estate, man. I've always when I first started. In business, I started in construction, right? And then I took my profits from construction and I built the construction company up bigger. And then I moved into real estate with some of the profits and I just kept investing in real estate. And so you can make money in real estate, and 90-something% of all the world's millionaires made it in real estate. But I have never, not once, anywhere other than maybe subdividing lots, seen, the returns that you can see in crypto and real estate ever. So that's why you got so many people from real estate coming in going, hey man, 8%, 15% is great, but 3,500 and 35,000% is amazing, right? So,
yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, yeah, it looks like no more questions here, unless there are any more questions. But yeah, the questions have slowed down. Dude, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to hear some of those partnerships.
Coming.
Yeah.
So, looking forward to telling you guys all about them. But
cool.
I gotta wait a little bit. I gotta wait till the ink dries. So.
Yeah, and then I'm excited when everyone will be using this app, and I'll be like, I knew that guy before he was that big. Yeah. Well, I'll be like, we had matching beards one time.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to shave my hair down, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Dude, we could go as each other at Halloween at the.
We did it on the airdrop.
Yep.
We'll do that.
I'll dress as you. You dress as me. You already got the shirt. I just gotta get a Henley. And a black cap.
Oh, there you go. It's amazing. I do that just because, and I found out later that it's the same thing that like other people do. But I just have a crap ton of the same clothes. That way, I don't have to like think about what I'm gonna wear. Right? I got like 15 of these shirts. I have like like 10 of each of those Henleys. I have one cap. This is my lucky hat from the Bahamas. But yeah, it makes it really stupid simple. So, and I can do that with crypto love shirts. I'll just get 7 of them, and just every single day wear a crypto love shirt.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, just had a question. What's happening? Why so much red?
So again, you got market manipulation, man. So
do you think it's Tether part of that manipulation or what?
Tether?
So
these are just like my opinions, folks. It's not gospel, but like with Tether, I mean, man, do they really have all that money, right? When you look and you see all the money that they printed, back last year, you saw the rise of Bitcoin, right? You saw it go up, right? And people started questioning it. You saw a bunch of people sell a bunch, so the price go down. It seems like I don't know that they have the money. I know that recently they just did like a little snapshot of like, hey, here's our account. But was that really their money, or did they just
exactly? They could have just had people send money to that account for that hour and then send it away.
And again, I have no idea whether it's real or not, but did they just pool everybody's money together to do it? Is it real? If it's real, well then hey, that's cool. If it's not, well then I don't know. But I really think it's market manipulation. I think people are right now are fudding, like really influential people are like fudding the market, and they're getting ready. I really think they're getting ready to come in and spend a dump truckload full of crypto into the space. And like I've said for a long time, I really feel that that's, the July, June, July, August, up through October, I think is when you're going to start seeing, the market cap go up when all the money starts coming in. So right now I feel it's a really good time to buy.
Dude, I mean, I don't believe these. I find it hard to believe that these prices are this low again for such an extended period of time. I find it even harder to believe that the people who are still in the market are actually scared. Like, that's what I find it even harder to believe, because I would have thought that, like, the Chicken Littles would have left, on the way down from 20,000 to 7,000. Not now. I thought it would have just been, like, the people who knew, okay, just freaking wait it out. But it's amazing that every time the price drops by, like, more than 5%, people just lose it. Like, literally just lose it. They're just like, that's it. I just sold everything. I know I bought in at 20,000. I just sold it now because losing 15,000 is better than losing 16,000.
Just remember, and this is just for me again. It's my own investment strategy. Is you make your money when you buy, not when you sell, right? And you never ever lose money if you don't sell, right? So I mean, if you bought Bitcoin at 20,000 and you sold at 18, you lost money. If you sold it at 7,000, you lost money. But if you bought it at $20,000 and you held on to it, and at the end of the year, like these other people were saying, it's going to be $60,000 or something, you look pretty damn smart because you just 3x'd your money, right? But you got to kind of wait. You got to kind of huddle through it, right? But again, that's just what I do, right? So,
dude, and also, like, a lot of the people who got in at $20,000 got in because they saw these people driving Lambos around that they bought with Bitcoin. Well, those people didn't get that Lambo money in 6 months.
Right.
They were holding that Bitcoin for 6 years, and then they got a Lambo out of it. Like, yeah.
I still remember, like, this time last year, Bitcoin was like $1,000. It wasn't $1,000, I think. No, I guess it was. Yeah, it was around.
It just broke through $2,000 now, I think.
Okay, yeah, and now we're like 6,200, 6,400, something like that. It's like
still a 3x returns from last.
That's freaking great. I mean, it's horrible, if you bought in December, right, or January, but see, if you're holding, you're not losing money. That's what I'm getting at. If you're buying solid things, you just wait it out. That's what I do. It may not be right. That may not be the right advice for other people listening. You guys may need to, pay for baby formula or electricity or a car payment or something you got to sell. I get it.
And if you need to do it with a recurring subscription, you should check out the Monarch app.
Well, that part will be available soon. Right now, they can do all their crypto on it, though.
Yeah.
All their ERC20s. You don't need freaking 2,000 gazillion apps, for your ERC20s. Just download our app. And again, like next week, it's going to get a whole lot sexier. So right now, it's a little clunky. It was, kind of the phase one, but it's going to get a lot sexier. So it's going to be a lot easier to use. So make sure you guys are going to the Apple Store every week. Don't wait for the Apple update, where it pings your phone and says an update's available. Like every week, go back and re-download it because Apple takes a long time for those push notifications to go out. Every week, go back there and download the app again because there's going to be new features coming out all the time.
Awesome. Another question. So, if the project gets funded up over time, could the cash you raise be used to make the utility token a silverback token and use like Tether?
So for the utility side of things, we're going to make sure that we're compliant with the SEC, right? So for the utility, that's open to the entire world that can invest, right? So that means the US can invest. But as soon as I attach physical assets to it, it becomes a security. So if you take a utility token and you turn it into asset backed, it now becomes security. So from what I understand, that isn't going to be possible. So a security token that is asset backed, that is fully compliant with the SEC for people in the United States.
Cool. Well, man, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Likewise, my brother. So it sucks I'm not going to see you tomorrow, but we'll have to do this again. I have to get you on my channel.
Dude, have fun. Like I mean, honestly, I just feel so honored, like to be able to meet you, to be able to meet David Hay, people who are actually doing stuff in cryptocurrencies that's making a difference in the world.
So are you. So are you, man. You're broadcasting from your closet.
I know, right?
That is awesome.
Dude, I spend so much time in here. It's ridiculous.
The honor's all mine, man.
Yeah.
It's always great to hang with you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you're doing a lot too, man. You're doing a lot too. So.
Yeah. So say hi to everyone there for me, particularly David Hay and Crypto Lark. Have a whole bunch of fun, and then I'll catch you at another conference sometime soon.
You got it, my brother. All right. Well, everybody out there, God bless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I put all the links to everything Monarch Token down in the description. So website, everything down there. You can find it all in the description.
Sweet.
Cool.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you get at it. Love you guys. God bless, and I'll catch you guys soon.
Peace, peace. Yeah. Let me just finish this live stream. Eventually. Here we go.